Good afternoon, beautiful, beautiful black people. I hope that all is well in your world and this day is progressing very, very well for you and all of your wonderful, wonderful black loved ones. Beautiful black people, beautiful black people, know this. Trump is in Florida to commemorate / watch a spacecraft being launched into space, into that vast universe out there. That place is loaded with white folks. Today, more than 100,000 humans, people that have children, have parents, have families, have died in about 2 months or 3 months. I would go back to about March 10th, and to me that's maybe 2.5 months. But more than 1,000 human beings have died. And these white folks, these inhuman white folks, are in Florida to watch a spacecraft being launched into space. More than 1.5 million human people, folks, have been infected by the disease. If you watch the video of the 4 KKK members, white racist cops in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you could hear the unarmed, handcuffed black man pleading for his life. He even referred to the racist bastard as sir. Sir, I cannot breathe. Please, I cannot breathe. And this animal, this white boy, took his knee and pressed down harder onto the unarmed, handcuffed black man's neck, taking his breath away even more. The black man died, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. And I will say this again. Too many white folks have no compassion, no empathy. They are like animals. They don't value my life, your life. To those folks, we are animals. We are useless. And they will do whatever they can, using whatever methods that are available to them to eliminate us, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. If you would look at statistics, as I do periodically, regarding police killings, often I will refer to local police as established branches of the KKK. established branches of white supremacist organization, because that's what they are. They are inundated with these white boys and these white girls that are Trump supporters, Trump lovers, and they are racist to the core. They are white supremacists to the core. Many of these white so-called cops are on the police force. Their motivation is to have a gun, to have a badge, to wear a uniform, and the power, authority that it gives them. And then they will take that power and authority and abuse, assault, profile, discriminate against, and yes, publicly lynch unarmed black folks, just as they publicly lynched Mr. Floyd, just as they publicly lynched Mr. Floyd. These white boys and white girls are on a mission to kill us, black folks. 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 Do you know that in the city of Baltimore, all of the victims killed by white cops are black? So far this year, they're all black. And ditto for many other cities. If you really investigate, take a look at what is going on here, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. And you will hear these dumbass, uncaring white folks say, well, healing must take place. It does not take a rocket scientist to figure out, to conclude that no healing can happen, no healing can take place until the bleeding stops. Unequivocally, no healing can take place until the bleeding stops. Unequivocally. The bleeding has not stopped since the inception of this plantation called America. White folks, too many of them, those animals, subhuman bastards, have assaulted, have raped, have sodomized, have publicly lynched black folks, have burned black folks alive, have tortured black folks before lynching them. And they're still doing it today. If you or I could have access to all of the video regarding Mr. George Floyd, the dead black victim that was suffocated a couple of days ago, we would see that Mr. Floyd was assaulted, abused, long before that animalistic white cop decided to smother him by pressing so hard on his neck against the pavement until Mr. George Floyd died. You can hear this man pleading for his life. And the white boy, that subhuman bastard, turned a deaf ear. His premeditation was to take Mr. George Floyd's life. And that's exactly what this moron did. He took Mr. George Floyd's life. No bleeding, no healing. No healing will ever take place until the bleeding stops. Until white folks stop the insanity. Were you to know the abuse, the insanity that those white racist slave ship captains inflicted on the captured black African slaves on their trip during the Middle Passage, during the transatlantic slave trade. If you were aware of some of the things that these white racist ship captains did to these black African slaves, you would immediately say, that's insanity. Well, we just witnessed more insanity of a white person inflicting death onto a black person for no apparent reason. The only crime that Mr. George Floyd had done in the mind of this sick, racist white cop was Mr. Floyd's black skin. When those insane white folks see a black man like me, they immediately see a weapon, an armed black man. A black man in their sick minds are never unarmed, even when he's handcuffed, being pinned to the pavement with a knee pressing on his neck. In the sick mind of that white racist delusionist, Mr. George Floyd was still armed because of his black skin. Beware, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. The hunt, H-U-N-T, is on. And black folks, people that look like me, are the prey, P-R-E-Y. That's what I have on this one. Please go to the thrasherway.libsyn.com. There you will have access to all that I do. Talk to you.